Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thank you so much for joining me here. Hope you're having an amazing day. We're taking a quick look here at ICP, seeing what's going on with this internet computer, and looking at this nice recovery. I got a lot of requests for this. Thank you again to my community members for asking for me to cover this. And again, thank you to everyone else helping us grow our Twitter community. Link down below. We keep you abreast on a lot of cool stuff here, covering a lot of information, including some awesome information here regarding the SEC trying to fire Gary Gensler, that wonderful person. All right, so we're going to take a quick look here and see what's going on. So once more, when we covered this here previously, we were kind of waiting for the lowest low to come through. It's pretty safe to say it's there as long as Bitcoin doesn't tank below 25,300. Make sure you watch my Bitcoin videos so you know specifically what we're looking for. There are some key indications here that we're trying to pay attention to. We're looking for a one-day close above the previous month low. Okay, so again, some important stuff to look at there. But generally speaking, ICP is doing very well, breaking fairly free of Bitcoin. You can see an instant difference here. When Bitcoin retraced the last 4 hours, ICP has done not exactly the same thing, the exact opposite, right? And that's a good sign. Terra Classic has similar behavior as well, where we're seeing some altcoins take off in comparison with Bitcoin. Most coins are struggling, where ICP is not. So we'll take a look at that and kind of see what's going on. So let's go ahead and start with the daily here first and foremost, and kind of peek into the big picture. So we've been under 30 on the RSI for some time. Now, again, a lot of my community members will invest in this coin or just other coins, for example, when the RSI goes below 30. It's standard practice because it's extremely overextended. We can also see that the MACD is starting to converge. While we're not there yet, it's slowly losing its momentum to the downside. And that's a positive sign, right? We can also note, too, with the simple moving averages, we're below all three. We have a potential, well, they refer to this as a death cross, where the price action is coming, it's below that level. And all that really tells us isn't that if the price is going to drop like a rock. It tells us that the 50 is intersecting with a 200 in a downward fashion. So if the price action was touching that level, we could see that as immediate resistance. Long story short here, the 50 will take some time to average out and the price with it, so we don't need to worry about that for a while. Don't read into that. All right, so again, not a big deal in my experience. Those things are only 50-50, and for the most part, they're just kind of a guideline of what to expect moving into that, not that it's going to just turn itself around because of it, all right? Just something to note. Almost 20 years of trading experience here, just kind of speaking for you there. I can tell you that's not a big deal. Take a look at the 4 hour though. What is a big deal is our convergence is still converging. That's fantastic. We are continuing higher here. This is one thing we want to pay attention to. We're at an 8 now on TD sequential. So while this continuation is fantastic, we are getting close to the end. And what I mean by the end is just that in most cases, specifically with cryptocurrency, I've noticed, even more so than traditional markets, the TD sequential will tell us that the price is going to turn around. A lot of times we see a 9 on TD sequential, or 9 through 12 roughly, where the price action will turn around after. So I'm not saying we're just going to see an immediate yank back here, but we can and will likely see a retracement if we were to. The price will probably come down to the 0.5 and can bounce off that level. So in most continuations, we will see 0.5 working as a key level support or resistance. Now that we've broken through that, that's likely a support if the price pulls back after becoming overextended for some time. Keep in mind, we still got some room for growth here. We're well under 70 on the RSI. We're not considered to be overbought at all. So in that sense, we're looking pretty good. Just keep in mind, the money flow index is fairly high. And oftentimes when that occurs, you can see sell-offs based on, just simple whale activity. Whales will generally sell when the money flow index is high. Okay? So we're seeing that right now, and we're coming up to a 9. I would speculate by sometime later today, we should see some type of pullback. Again, that's statistically what should happen. Is it going to happen? You never truly know, honestly. There's no guarantees. But it's a probability, if you will. Okay, just something to pay attention to. Take a look at the sequential. We can see we got this healthy continuation up to a 9, some overextension, consolidation, now we're legging up again. So this kind of speaks to that 8 we see on TD sequential. If 8 becomes a 9, we have 4 hours left of the continuation, right? We have a 5 here. What do you know? 4 more hours continuation until we hit a 9. So we could see that perfect situation where we see 2 9s on TD sequential, both on the hourly and the 4 hour, and it's immediate pullback. So to me, what I'm going to do is set my alerts here, essentially on my phone this time, not on the charts, because we want to look in 4 hours. We want to reevaluate and see if the price is overextended. There's a good chance it will be, because we can see right now it's overextending itself on the hourly. We are well above the clouds, so there's no reason to want to sell your position. I'm not saying to do that just yet. Just saying here in a few hours, we may want to consider taking some profits, if not possibly even sooner, right? Because again, we're at that 0.618 Fibonacci level. We broke through that, could very well consolidate here before it legs up again. If there is a pullback, keep in mind, it'll probably pull back here to 0.5. It's a very common place before the price bounces. Okay, so again, good stuff there in that sense. with price action, everything's looking pretty darn good here on the hourly. The only thing else we maybe want to take a look at is the 15-minute time frame here and see roughly what we might look like here with, just say, Elliott wave, for example. We're getting closer to the top. If it were to retrace, we'll see probably right there at about the 0.618. So again, price pulls back. We're looking at somewhere in the range here of about $3.85 upwards about $3.95. So $3.85 to $3.95 would be a possibility of a good DCA target here for us, considering we should expect a bounce off that 0.5 Fibonacci level at $3.85. It may not come all the way down that low, but if you DCA on your way down there, it's a good chance to get that bounce off that level. Once again, this is all contingent on Bitcoin behaving. If we see Bitcoin drop below and close below 25,800, we might have a different situation on our hands. Okay, so please note, even though ICB is doing well, it's a target because of the fact that it's one of the only coins doing well today. Terra Classic and ICP will probably have some strong sell-offs if Bitcoin drops below that key level support. Just something to pay attention to. All the more reason to watch my Bitcoin videos daily so you know exactly what's going on, because it's really the one thing, the one coin to rule them all, right? It is essentially the Eye of Sauron for cryptocurrency, if you understand that reference at all. All right, anyways, that's pretty much all we have here so far. Mostly bullish here for ICP. In fact, one last thing we maybe want to take a quick look at would be maybe the hourly. No, you know what? We're going to look at that a little bit later. So I may essentially reevaluate this coin later today, likely again tomorrow, just to make sure we're on the safe side. But I would say here in a few hours, if the price can stay above the current price it's at right now, then we should be in good shape to see a continuation up. But in 4 hours, you can expect the price to probably pull back because that's right when we're hitting that overextended state. Just something to be mindful of. All right, so cool. I hope that makes sense and I described this correctly. Thanks again for watching. Help us, please, of course, grow our Twitter community. We also have a Telegram community that's equal to that if you prefer. Of course, Telegram as well. We have a lot of good news, technical, fundamental data. We're also going to be having some options where we're going to provide some free memberships and some giveaways here in the relative near future, because we have a new day trading feature on our website, which is very nice, where you can kind of automatically follow our trades. We're also partnering with BitGet as well for not only trading competitions, but some opportunities for you to be able to auto trade those through Cornix. So again, to my community members, awesome stuff on the horizon there. Really, really cool. All right, thanks again for watching. Have a great rest of your day. We'll see you in the next one. Take care.